Nollywood actor Stanley Nweze is of the opinion that intercourse on the first date does not imply that the person is cheap. He said that an individual who is interested in a relationship will stay irrespective of whether intercourse was given on the first date or not. Now, in the same light, BBN reality star also weighed in on this as Praise said intercourse on the first date is most likely to make the man love you more, while his colleague Beatrice was of the total different opinion. Beatrice said it's not about him falling in love with you. We are worried about sleeping with a coconut head that will announce to the world with a microphone. It's okay for a lady to take her time to know who she's dealing with, and if he can't wait for her to take her time, he should take several seats behind. Now, you see this particular topic, it's been on since eternity. People been talking about it like, I meet somebody, we're having intercourse on the first date. I don't want to use the word sex because it's more in television. Like, we're having this on the first date. Is it right? Is it going to make him stay? Some of the opinion like, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. While some of the opinion like, that's a very good something. But we did go on the streets of Nigeria, Lagos, and we had to talk with one or two people who had something entirely different to say about it. Let's see this. We'll be right back.
This generation should just calm down, because I feel girls and boys around, they take that as a top priority. I feel you can have a relationship without having sex on the first date. You can have a very good and responsible relationship at this age without having sex on the first date, or having sex for some while. It's actually going to make sense that way. Because some girls usually tell me, if we have sex now, you don't see me finish. So there's nothing that's going to be sweet for the both of us.
Having sex on the first day before marriage, it's wrong. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely not accepted. You have to get to know the person. You have to please the person over time, and make the person feel like, oh, this person is a human. If you're going to hit, or if you're going to have sex with the person on the first day, to make the person look as if the person is like a paper, something that can be used and dumped easily.
Wow, very lovely. I love sex on the first day. It depends on his feelings. So there's nothing bad in it. Sex on the first day. You can have sex on the first day. I met a girl the first day and she even likes to have sex with me. Even when she won't say that she must have sex with me. So
On the first date?
yeah, first date, very lovely.
So do you advise people to actually?
Of course, it's feelings. There's nothing bad in it. It's normal feelings, you know. It can be he or she. It's both sides.
Well, I think it's an individual difference, and I don't think it actually matters. To me though, I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't judge people that do it, and I don't think there's anything there. You get? If you decide to like have sex on the first date, fine. If you don't want to, fine. You know, and it doesn't change anything. You understand? So people will say when you have sex on the first date, maybe the guy doesn't take you serious or stuff. But I've seen people that, okay, I actually have a sister that her husband, she met the husband the very first day, they had sex the very first day, and there, the man just said, I want to marry you. You know, seriously, I'm not lying, like real truth. And they are married with 2 kids now. And the man would always like make stories and make fun out of it, you know, stuff like that. So I just think it's not something I would do, except maybe I don't know, the kind of mood I would be in during that period. You understand?
Yeah, actually, it's not bad. Depends on the people agreement.
Okay.
You know, if there's an agreement that if you take care of her, like you make her feel happy, she's going to decide to consider you. Maybe just want to help, maybe just to free herself for you, and you people both enjoy each other.
My opinion aligns with the Bible's injunction. I am a Christian and I believe sex is sacred, which should be reserved for marriage setting and not boyfriend, girlfriend, fiancé thing. When you're not married, you should not be having sex. That's my opinion. Plus, if you want to even reason it like a reasonable person, like a normal guy on the street, I mean, you're meeting a babe for the first time. You don't know where she's from. You don't know if she's even trying to set you up. You don't know what spirit she's carrying, and you just want to go plug whatever wherever. It doesn't make any sense now. It doesn't make any sense. I feel like you should know who you want to have sex with first.
Okay. You're most welcome back to Tea Time on Plus TV Africa. Miles, the 8th one of the world, and Tonya, very much in the building. And that was people on the streets. We have our opinions, and that's people on the streets having their opinions about what they feel about intercourse on the first date. That doesn't basically mean you are meeting the person for the first time. You guys must have been talking, I think. But hey, what do I know? 09098 408 408 09098 408 408. That's the numbers to call and be part of this conversation. Tonya, the floor is yours.
Just listen to what Nigerians had to say about this. You know, some people are for the idea, some people are not for it. And this last guy, so you don't know the spirit that is following the person. In my own opinion, when this Stanley posted this message, it seemed like he was, when you said that, does it make you cheap? It seemed like it was, directed to ladies. Like, does intercourse on the first date, does it make the woman seem cheap? But then I feel like this is something that guys also, struggle with as well. They also care about the impression that the other person might actually have over them, because most of the time we assume
guys are just naturally cheap. Like I think we're just like, okay, let's go.
Some guys don't want to be thought of that way. That okay, I only want you because of just get the milk instead of buying the whole cow. That kind of mentality. So
are you saying they are cows now?
That's just like, I'm just giving an example of what I'm trying to say, right? So if a guy should, you guys have been talking, you and the lady, and you guys are getting along. You guys want to I don't think that should be the first meeting. It should just be maybe the first date. First date is not something as first meet. You could meet someone and you guys are talking and you guys can schedule for a date or something. And you guys on the first date, one thing leads to the other, and it happens. I do not think you are categorically cheap because of that happened, because you can't really control some things that happen in the heat of the moment. But then what I think should be done before the the intimacy happens is the guy or the girl, so one of you guys have to just talk and be like, okay, I'm down for this if you're down for it, but if you're not ready for something serious, say it there. It's not after the deed has been done. Adam has met Eve. You're not saying, I don't really want so. You're just a jerk.
You are sounding like a serious politician right now.
You are
not for it. You are not against it. You are doing.
I'm saying I don't have an issue. I don't think person is cheap, but this is what should be done if at all it happens, because sometimes you feel like when you meet someone, you need to get to know the person for a long time before you allow the person to have access to you in an intimate way as intercourse. But there are some people that you meet. You just know, look at that lady that said that her sister met the guy and then he proposed there, and now they're still happily married. So
right there in the heat of the moment, but after the whole day, the guy just got on one knee and just say, please, will you marry me? And she's like, oh my God, yes!
Well, that means it was good now.
So anyways, in my opinion, I feel there's really absolutely nothing wrong with it. Honestly, it's not. There's no manual to life. There's no, this is how you should live life. This is how life has been lived. Do you know how many people who have had intercourse on their very first date and they're still together today, and some who have been keeping themselves till like eternity and they are not together anymore. Right? So there's no manual to it. It's a personal. It's an individual agreement between the both of you. You guys, is this what you guys want? It's not as if anybody raped anybody. So cool.
So if we're going to rephrase this thing, can we say that? When your husband gets married to you as a virgin, there's no extra, is there any extra loyalty or respect to you as the wife?
Why? I don't understand. I'm trying.
He married you as a virgin, you didn't do anything during the whole dating period, and he's your first. Will you rate your wife higher, or will you hold her in higher esteem?
I won't rate her lower or higher. She's still my wife. She's an amazing human being.
So there's no additional.
It matters to me. It matters not. You are the virgin. You have your body count is like 10 billion. It matters not to me. I don't even know. I don't even want to know what the body bag has in store. I don't want to know body bag. I don't even want to know what happened in your past. That's not my business. I met this amazing person.
But she tells you that, see, I'm a virgin. In case you will know when someone is naive about something.
Which
because
actually,
of inexperience.
which actually, I really don't find virgins attractive. Anyways, that being said, it's a personal thing. It's how you like your thing. Let me put it that way. So, but for me, I think there's nothing wrong with it. At the same time, yes, you don't just bring strange people into your lives and just immediately, bam, you guys just start. Obviously, you guys must have been having a conversation before now, and you heard from the people on the street, and we had. This one didn't say anything.
I'm just saying.
This one is not saying. She's not saying. She's not saying yes. She's not saying no. She's just being a politician right now.
I'm Switzerland here.
Huh?
I'm being Switzerland here. All I'm saying is about this particular thing called rating someone as cheap because of it. I don't think it's.
Sure.
It's still
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I'm not in support of it because you can't be profiling someone as cheap because you guys
had a thing on your first date.
It's not
if you feel the woman is cheap, then the guy is also cheap.
But it takes two to have the whole.
We are both cheap. Anyways, let's talk about some people who are actually loaded right now. They are loaded. These guys are loaded. I'm talking Tiwa Savage teams up with Mr. Money on this very new video that dropped. It dropped this morning. I kind of like it. It's good to see Ashake back in the scene because he's been touring, he's been busy, and there's a new video that actually reminds us that Mr. Money actually does have
African bad girl.
Take it away. Let's see this music break, and we'll be back in just a bit.